want to do a couple of bits about Cardiff Bay. Whilst I'm down here, I'm going to update the Cardiff Bay railway station project when I get up that way. But I want to just show you a couple of things down here. I found this photo the other day, which is showing one of the old buildings, but it's these steps that caught my eye. Take a look at these steps. So yes, they would have been down to, you'd be able to jump in a boat or what have you. But today, they're still in use. Here they are behind me. This is a board, I call it the boardwalk. Wanders along the front of the old docks. But yeah, these steps here, okay, they've been resurfaced, but this would have been the walk down. And you notice these bits of wood which they've been renewed, to be fair. But again, this would have been, if you like, fenders for where the boats would have moored up here. Someone would have walked up there. And then the entrance to the dock, to West Bute Dock, would have been right here. And they would have sailed up into that oval basin, through the giant sea lock into the oval basin, before they headed up into the main docks and coming the other way, straight out into the Bristol Channel. Today is the barrage. Makes this high tide all the time, but in those days it would have been very, very much dependent on the tide. If you watch my video about the dock feeder, you will know this was the entrance to Bute West Docks, as I say, up through the oval basin. Torchwood Tower, for those of you who are fans of that, apparently you stand on stone, you disappear down, and this was where the lock was, and you can see the recess for the lock gates just there, and on this side here as well. And there is actually a bit of metalwork there as well. And you can tell this was the channel because what they've done, which is great if you see it from Google Maps, this is a different colour surface to the paving around to show that this was the channel that the boats came up. Beyond that, well, everything's been built on. Contrast that with this image here. This is when the docks closed and before they filled everything in. The lock gates in the front are the main lock at the bottom of the oval basin heading out towards the sea. And in the background, at the top, you can just see a bridge and the lock gates, which are the ones that are up by Torchwood Tower. It certainly has changed. Did a treasure hunt, by the way, and one of the questions was we had to find a picture of a drake, and somebody did actually mean a duck. They didn't realise that these cannons were actually called drakes. But there we go. That's not what I'm going to look at. Zoom out, zoom up. This is Pierhead, and I will be featuring it in more videos, but there's something inside I want to have a look at. By the way, it used to be the headquarters of the Cardiff Docks and Railway Companies, latterly the Cardiff Railway Company, which is why I'll be featured in more videos, but there's something in here I want to have a look at. So when I did the video on the Railway Rolls of Honour, the Taffel one, which is at Queen Street, and the Great Western, well, the joint one really, which is at Central Station, somebody mentioned in the comments that there was this Roll of Honour as well, which is in Pierhead building. And it is quite magnificent. It's huge. The only problem is the light is shining through the doorway, and the receptionist got out of the way. A wonderful person who said to me, come back on a gloomier day if you want to. But again, looking at some of these names in here with stars by them, people who didn't come back. I did a video, Not Everything's Flourishing down in Cardiff Bay, talking about how the station that was supposed to be built down there called the Flourish wasn't going to happen any longer. And I did say I would drop back in so we could have a look and see how it's all developing. And the answer is quite a bit going on. First of all, this platform has been significantly extended. I'm not going to trespass or anything, but it's been significantly extended up. As you can see, I mean, it's always been here. It's just never been cleared up in that way. So this has been put in so it will take what will be 6-car trams. So interesting to see the work that's already been done here, ready for introduction of those trams. I am not sure how well I'm going to be able to film through the gap, but platform 2 is very much in situ. And you can see again, it's being reinstated for 6-car trams. The old platform is being used. And what's also interesting is further over, let me see if I can zoom in. You see those pipes that are on a line? That's a third line. And the idea is that that is going to disappear off down into the bay and will effectively cross the bay and end up linking up the old Taff Vale Roath branch to make a new line. The joys of having glass shelters means that you can look through. Down there, you can see some brickwork, which would have been the original platform edge. When we look along here, you can see the work that they've been doing. So not only do you have, it looks as though with the blocks over there, may actually even end up being 3 platforms down here, which when you think of the number of trams that will be coming down here, actually kind of makes sense. So because they will run apparently line of sight once they're on this particular branch. Some will come in here, some will go into the second platform, and it may be, as I say, you can see the line ends there at the moment, but it's all being cleared. Let's wander down here with my stick. It's all being cleared over there with a view to potentially take it on further. So, and there, again, there's some of the old platform there. I don't know you. I've got my mic on. I don't even hear that. There's a blooming great big thing coming this direction. The whole station is actually shaking while he comes past. So I think it's fair to say things are now flourishing down here in Cardiff Bay. As far as the Loudon Square station is concerned, apparently drivers on the line have been told to watch out for potential hazards at that station as well. So work is starting there. It's all kind of ramping up and it's all rather exciting. For those of you who don't know the project, by the way, trams are at the moment running on test around the Valley lines. They're doing a loop between Radda and Radda going through Central and back up through Queen Street. City line. That's happening in the wee small hours, and there are those who need their sleep less than I who are filming that, but it is certainly a project that's going on, and it's great to see this old historic station actually coming back to life again. And I will end with a shot of the old Taff Vale Railway headquarters.